you some quote at the end and it did not. It's sort of cool.
Sounded alright.
That's psychedelic. I guess what you call
We
it.
rubbed one out, boys.
Yeah, that was good for just a whatever. I was like, he's in B, okay. That was good.
It worked out. That's what.
That's what's gonna be buzzing, brother.
Yeah, turn that down. Turn it down, bro. Ears.
I'm gonna take this off.
Hey, break. Oh, I got one, man.
You seen the cooler?
Yeah. I know. I had to throw mine in there.
I saw that. I have to bring that.
Mm.
Rob, I got a big freezer, big deep freezer. I like take big blocks
I
of
just
ice.
got one, dude.
Big blocks
Not
of ice.
freezer, but a refrigerator. Yeah.
But I freeze big, blocks of ice and
Right.
smash them up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck buying bags of ice. Dude, I
I
paid
know.
dude.
How much?
I went to AMPM
$5
on our way to past Sandy, to go to Mount Hood.
Right.
It's like, yeah, $5-6 for. It was like what? Yeah, I think it was $5.
Really?
Or
Yeah, at
more,
least.
5 or 6.
I know, at least now there's no dollar, there's $5.
At $1.98.
Yeah, anything you want to buy is $5. Next is
$2.
$10.
$2 is nice.
Yeah.
You know where you can get bagged ice pretty cheap? If you go to a Burger King or some shit like that, you can they'll sell you a bag of ice. So,
Huh.
I think
I remember my son Aaron being like, Dad, look, you can take ice cubes, put them in an ice tray, put them in the freezer.
that's so cute.
Yeah.
That is so dope.
You gotta reserve it, like we got stashed.
Like,
Man.
figured it out,
crack the
you know?
code, dude.
Yeah, I think that's cute.
That's fucking cute. How old was he?
I had probably like 5 or 6. Like,
I was 17.
yeah, this is just last week.
That's awesome.
He was little.
Yeah, that's really.
I think they had like a garbage can too that had like a foot thing, and sometimes I'd go over and just lift it up because it was kind of a funky foot thing and throw it out. And he's like, Dad, look, you can use your foot and do the garbage. And then he saw me like go and use my hand again. He's kind of like,
You fool.
he's all little. Just like,
Kids are funny.
told you once, man. No, well. You're just a dirty
You
motherfucker. huh?
try to teach
I
these
tried to
adults.
teach you, and you're just a dirty ass motherfucking dad touching the garbage can. That's disgusting, Dad.
I know. This is supposed to be sanitary, man.
Like, this foot pedal shit is the coolest thing on earth. Why the fuck wouldn't you use it?
Yeah.
He's
Most of my
like, this
kids
is-
were like that. Like most of my kids, especially my 2 sons, are totally like,
I thought you had one kid. You
like,
have 2?
oh, father. I have 3 kids, dude.
Oh, wow.
But that's why. But those
2
were three of
boys
their
and
moms.
1 girl?
Yeah, 2 boys, 1 girl.
Ah, I didn't know.
I get Farron, Henry, and Farron's the
What are
middle
the
one, dude.
ages?
He's the one that me and Beth have.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
21, dude. He's
What's the age span? 21?
8 years between each of them.
So 21 minus 8, that's...
There's 13, 21, and 29.
Oh, wow. You have a 29-year-old. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's kind of a dick. But
She's kind of a dick.
She sent me a text a while ago like, you were a terrible father.
Well, hey.
Like, she's like, from your least favorite kid.
That was then, this is now, so.
All I said was like, I'm sorry I hurt you, I love you. I wanted to be like,
Right.
a long message. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I wanted to be like, you're not my least favorite kid because I don't have a least favorite kid. You know what I mean? Like, I love you all. This
Right.
the same. 'cause
Less,
you're
I
all my-
love you all
Right,
the best
yeah,
I
there's
can
no-
because
there's
I'm a
no-
human being. And
There's
I
no
do my
you,
kids,
and there's
yeah, like-
less than you.
I mean, like I love your brothers more than you. I didn't want boys. She thinks I want, like I had her and didn't want her, so I had 2 boys, and then I was like, yeah, I got my boys, cool.
Where are you getting that from?
I don't know where she gets that shit from.
Hey, that-
And she's all like, I know when you see me, you see my mother. And it's
She's
like,
getting that from
Oh,
school.
God.
like, I don't see
That's
your mother in you at all. I mean, I
yeah.
see your mother because,
They get that from
I see
the
myself in
schools.
you also, and your mother because you're, like, from us. But I don't, like,
Be
think
that.
you're like me or your mom. Like,
No.
you're your own person, like,
Exactly.
but I'm not, like, I don't know, it's just funny because I think she just needs, it's not funny, it's a bummer, but I think she needs something to rebel against, so she chose her, like, overly permissive parents.
Those were really permissive.
We're like supportive and cool, let her do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Like she wanted, basically support her in what you like. I don't know.
Yeah, what's her gripe? What
That
how did you fail? Or
I don't really know. I guess that I was like, she says that I mean, I know what I did. I guess that what happened was that I divorced her mom when she was 5, and that basically rejected her. She felt like I divorced her too.
Oh.
And I went and got with this neighbor lady that had 3 daughters,
Oh shit.
and one of them's named Ruby. You know, so there's like 2 Rubies, and we, they got along. But she like claims that 2 of the kids that my ex-wife has, that's the woman who I left her mom for. Like we're fucked up,
Ruby.
And then she had one kid that was normal, and then her and I had another kid who's normal, Farron, my son. But he changed his name to Avery now, and he's 21. And he doesn't talk to me either. Like, so him and Ruby both don't talk to me. Like Avery, my son, who's 21, he'll talk to me occasionally, like especially if he needs money.
Yeah,
And I give him money because it's like I remember getting hold of my dad when I needed money and shit.
Right.
And didn't want to talk to him. So and I also I'm like I hope he'll talk to me when I get money. But and he does, and then he goes to me. But the thing they do is it pisses me off is my son who's 13, I almost said 11, but he's actually 13. Is they don't really talk to him. And they but they'll will talk to him sometimes, and then they ghost him, and then they just make him feel shitty, and he's like just a kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you guys rude to him? Like,
Right, yeah.
Quit fucking with Henry. He's a sweetie, and he's a lot like Farron was. Like they're both just like
Innocent, yeah.
yeah, innocent, crazy about
Benevolent.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Kinda young
just
kids,
like a
he's
little kid,
13
10 years old, dude. That's fucking imagination.
He's
mode.
13, but he's like
whatever,
a 10-year-old.
he's still-
He's like a 10-year-old.
Yeah,
like 13.
he's still
A lot of
there,
kids are
dude.
like that because
That's
it's
still
the
there.
culture
You're
these days.
creative.
Yeah,
fucking-
parents overly kind of not.
Helicopter parents.
He just stays home
YouTube.
playing video games.
Yeah.
watching
Yeah, you
YouTube.
know those are
Yeah.
your creative moments.
So
you
he's
know
not
that,
like,
right?
but he goes to school with some big kids that are not, they get a different reality, I guess. But so he goes like, I pick him up at the middle school, dude. I'm like, oh, dude, you're in a different world. Here's like guys like with a fucking starter stash and like chicks at the bone with a Gucci mama clothes on and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then there's him. He's like, I'm in 7th grade, but I look like I'm in 5th grade.
Oh.
You know? And then like there's other kids like him. I mean, he's not the only one, but.
You know what?
But
My
he's
impression
cool though, he
these
gets along
days
with those
is
kind of
there's
guys, right?
there's more room for kids that are more like, I don't know.
Used to get bullied, now they don't.
Yeah, it's
But,
more like
yeah.
there's more of a
People look out for him more now, but they
yeah,
still get
yeah,
bullied.
yeah.
I mean, he gets bullied,
but there seems to be
But
I don't know
I think
an element of you can't just like
get away with
there's a
everything.
culture of kids like that all kind of stick together and they're all what I mean.
Yeah.
There's not as many like kids that are really like hostile and bullying and I don't know. There are, but I don't know. It
He
seems
gets
like
shut
there's
down
like
more, I think.
it seems like there's more inclusivity
Yes, I agree.
of certain like not judging of clothing and kids dress kind of the way they want. They're like I don't know. There's not as much of
I
an
think
element
it's
of
an
like
easier culture to be in
pressure.
in some ways, and in some ways it isn't. But
I don't know.
I thought
it's hard
that,
to
but
get a
then
read on.
my kid's, he's been bullied pretty regularly, and he's kind of nerdy, like doesn't care about fashion, or like he doesn't, brush his teeth maybe and brush his hair and shit, and he's just kind of like gets up and he'll have his frumpy ass clothes on and go to school. He's not like a
Rosie, I'm dealing with
Fashion
an
dude at all.
11-year-old girl that's basically sounds like the same thing.
yeah,
She just stopped using her like baby voice.
yeah.
She's very very sheltered, very but there's no fucking hurry to grow up. There's no fucking hurry.
And that was
Just-
sort of my kid. I think
Take it
both
easy.
my kids were sort of like that and okay with it. You know what I mean? They're like, I don't want to grow up real quick. I don't really want to be grown up, and I'm okay with being into my fantasy land shit. That
Mhm.
And yeah, I get bullied at school sometimes, but whatever. They're like, fuck it, I don't get bullied then. He ended up going to like online and like mostly at home schooling
Yeah.
for like half a year because he got pretty bullied.
Really, that was the reason because of bullying.
Yeah, because some kids
That's
were fucking with him.
awful. That is fucking awful. That's
That's
really traumatic. I mean,
And he
that's
did that for half a year, and then he was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'd rather get bullied than hang out with my friends and like go to this online school and then be at home all the time. And so he went back to school. He's like, fuck it, and then he doesn't get bullied as much because I think they're just like, oh, whatever, okay.
But and I mean,
How
also
old
is
is he
the
now?
bullying
13.
how extreme is? I mean, the bullying I know can
This
be
guy's like,
extreme.
I'm gonna rape you. As he grabbed him.
Is that sarcasm or just
I think it was, but I mean, it's sort of like to a kid who's
it's
like,
uncomfortable? I don't. Yeah.
and also, to a kid who doesn't talk that way.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all about your how you react to it. If you're adapted to that kind of thing, and you're
he's not.
you give it anxiety. Yeah, but if if that's not your world, that's like holy shit, man, get me the fuck out of here.
And then he had a kid who was like his friend, but the dad's like, oh, your mom's like a crazy bitch or something, and the kid said that like, your mom's a crazy bitch to my son.
Oh God.
And then my son punched him. Like, oh, shit.
Don't be
Of
talking
course-
about my mama.
Of course, his mom was like, yeah, it's okay, you can punch him. I'm like, dude, you know what? Violence doesn't really solve anything, just so you know. Like, in my experience, like, if you want to punch people, that's your choice. But I just want to let you know. Like, it's not a really good way to solve problems, like, usually. You got away with this one time, you may hit him, he didn't beat you butt up, he didn't get in trouble. But ordinarily, there's, like, consequences for that kind of shit where it's not really, doesn't work out. Even if you clean their clock, it usually ends up being a bummer for you.
It's going back at you, yeah.
Or you might get your ass kicked, you know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't usually just, like, solve the problem and work it out.
No.
You at least know it.
Yeah, it's just, I was like, you know, if you can just, like, turn the other cheek, somebody insults your mom and just be like, fuck you, you know, or whatever, I don't want to hang out with you. That's a way better way to deal with it than punching them, putting your hands on them, dude. I had to say it because his mom was like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, what? Tell him that.
No, this isn't 1950.
Right.
That's just because he called his
That's
mom a
what-
crazy bitch. So
yeah.
she was like, yeah, kick his ass.
My dad got his ass kicked. Went back in his mom. You know, was, basically his mom. What my grandmother told him was, "You don't fucking come back here until you
Then go kick their ass.
go. Yeah, you go out there and you face them."
Yeah.
And there's a lesson to that, but that's a different world.
Right.
Yeah.
Nowadays, somebody might get gun. And
My poor dad was.
boom, it's like,
He grew up in
what?
Queens, New York, and he was the Jew boy,
Oh, yeah.
and all the Irish fucking kids
Yeah.
like fucking kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah. Fuck
And
yeah,
then he stuck up for himself, and he fucking
dude. Started kicking ass on
he
them.
fucking he apparently spazzed out and beat the fucking living shit out of this kid.
Yeah.
I mean, his mom said, "You don't come back here.
Yeah.
You go."
So he was like, fine, I'm going to have to murder this kid,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, that's.
And then, dude, have you ever seen that movie,
Mama
History
said,
of Violence?
huh?
Have you seen that movie, History of Violence,
Uh-uh.
ever? That was pretty good, dude. So it's like this
Check
guy
it
who's
out.
like got this family and he's up living in upstate New York or something, you know, all clean cut, but he's got like a background that nobody in his family knows about. But there's one scene where this kid keeps getting, his kid just has it in him,
Mhm.
you know, and it's like, yeah, he ends up being fucking with him and he's like finally just like fucking spazzes out.
Goes off.
But beats the fuck out of somebody, you know, because it's like,
So, it's basically the same thing happens in the Christmas story.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
fucking the toady. What did I get? That was the funny depiction of a bully. The toady, there's like that little kid. That was a great movie. I swear this part of the neck right here, like, the notes aren't quite right. Like, I don't know.
Doesn't quite right.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That bass isn't perfect, so it needs to be tuned up.
That just kind of falls flat right here. Is it an intonation thing or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it's, you look down the neck and look at those things, and you get your little, you know, the Allen wrench out, and you gotta
It's a little warp on one
Oh, is
side.
that-
It's not
Side the
perfect,
neck?
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
side the neck, dude, and then you go down that, or you get like a straight edge and put it on there, and it's got a truss rod in it and shit. That's probably needs a fucking adjustment. Don't be afraid to adjust your truss rods, bro. You know why? They go
I
back
have a
better when you
Rickenbacker,
do.
so ain't no trust rod for me.
Yeah,
They got,
never rely on that ridge adjustments on that shit. I got my Thunderbird back. I got all my good bases now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, basically,
Nothing.
I got a couple others in the hop shop still, but I mean a bunch, but not all. Not all my good ones are like.
Nice.
I have one Rickenbacker in there I need to get out, and I have one
Yeah, you can't.
Hagstrom that I want.
Yeah.
You can't lose that record.
No, I mean I have the black one. but I
Ivan
want
puts the
I have
bass
a
in
blonde
basement.
one. Right? The bass in basement. I know, man.
Dude, you gotta collect quite the collection. You gotta meet Don,
Yeah.
the guy that plays bass with Kevin, the guitar
Oh,
player.
does he have more?
He's got a nice collection of basses, and As a being we're bass players, I think you'd appreciate Don because Don's fucking badass. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, dude. Good bass fit with the bass collection. So how about
I've got a couple. I got a big old Ibanez acoustic bass.